I'm here today with my student and new friend, Laura Larson. And she's one of our young people in our community. And I'm going to ask her about what she's been doing. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Lamaya. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. So we were just listening to what I believe was the NMSU band. Is that correct?
Yes, that was actually a recording of our 2014 show that I performed in.
That was great. So Laura, I just met you because you're in a sound design class, and I was excited to find out that you, like myself, once played the French horn.
Yes, I did. I started in middle school because no one else would pick that instrument for class.
And how does that translate into the mellophone? And why is it called a mellophone?
Well, a mellophone is simply a marching French horn because if you've ever seen a French horn, it curves around and the bell faces backwards, which makes it very difficult for you to hear the sound projecting from it when you're marching. And so they created a mellophone that has a very melodious tone, which is why it's called that. It's right in the middle of the musical register, and it makes it easier to project the sound.
Oh, great. So, from what I've heard, you really enjoyed your time at NMSU in the band.
I really did. It was a lot of work, and the horseshoe is not even at all, so it's really
You're always walking up an incline.
That's right.
lots of physical activity there, and the mellophone isn't exactly a light instrument.
No, it is not.
So, tell me about your animation work and what are your aspirations as a young artist.
Well, I recently graduated from the CMI program at NMSU with a bachelor's in animation and visual effects. I specialized in motion graphics, which makes heavy use of the After Effects program to make advertisements. You can do many different things to create visual effects, special effects, things like fire and smoke and water and things like that.
And moving graphics.
Yes, and moving graphics, exactly. I would really like to get into a local news station. I actually interned a few years ago with one of the news stations in El Paso, and I was part of the creative services team, and that was my primary job, was to create all of the local advertisements for businesses, for our own show, and for different promotions that we were having.
That sounds very exciting. So now you're at CMT and Creative Media Technology at Doñana Community College to beef up your knowledge about sound design and audio engineering. Is that correct?
That's correct. Every time that I would apply for a job, I would say, I am skilled with motion graphics and animation and things like that. And every single time their response was, well, that's nice. Do you know sound? So I thought this would be a very nice way to get myself more well-rounded and more marketable to the film
industry and the commercial arts industry. So we talked about this last week, actually. We were talking with Dave Wheeler, who has helped us immensely at KTAL Radio because he's donated a lot of equipment and he's mentored us in how to run the mixing board, how to put together the microphones, how to make sure everything's working. And he and I talked about that because he's about the only person in town who is teaching this kind of information. And I do my best at Doñana Community College, but I'm more of a creative person. I'm not a techie. And we really need techies, okay? So Michelle's over there nodding because she's running the board and the computer. She's our tech for today. And we really are trying to train our young people who are in the lab to take over the technical parts of this job so that they get hands-on training and then they can use that to get a job out there in the industry. So would you agree with me and could you elaborate on the idea that sound design and sound engineering is used in all forms of media?
Oh, absolutely. Sound design and engineering is it's so important. you can definitely tell the difference in quality between something with bad sound and something with good sound. I see a lot of commercials that are just, you can tell that they shot it with the microphone that's on their phone, and it doesn't hinder the message that they're trying to tell, but it makes it hard to listen to.
Yeah. It makes it really unpleasant to listen to, so you're going to lose your audience.
Exactly.
I mean, you can have a visual that's great, but if you don't have sound that amplifies it, then you're losing half your message, or maybe 75% of your message.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm excited. And so you've brought us another recording of the Pride Band.
Yes.
It is your partly your performance. So you are our featured artist for today.
Yay.
So can you tell us a little bit about this piece?
This was our second show of the season. It is a Michael Bublé mix. We're playing the opening number, It Had Better Be Tonight, where along with Stephen Boma, who performs a baritone solo, the mellophone section and myself in particular have a featured bit.
Oh, that's so exciting. Well, thanks, Laura, for being with us here today. We really appreciate your time. We appreciate so much volunteering here at KTAL Radio and supporting the Lab Radio Hour. I can't tell you how much we appreciate that, so thanks again.
Well, thank you, Lumaya.